If you're broke right now and just need a real way to start earning without investing money, this video is for you. I'm not going to sell you a dream or a magic method. I'll show you what actually works when you are starting from zero. In case you don't know, my name is Mikael and I have tested hundreds of different ways to make money online, and I have earned online for more than 8 years. And when people ask me, what do I do if I'm completely broke? My answer is always the same, and that is start with what you can do today. There are free methods that can help you make your first bit of money right away, and I'll show you some examples. But I also want to take it one step further than most videos. Once you start making a little bit of money, even $20 or maybe $50, you can use that to build something much bigger if that is your goal. Because the truth is, small wins builds confidence, and reinvesting just a bit into learning skills is what can eventually change everything. Again, this all depends on your goals, but I'm going to show the opportunities and then you can decide what is best for you. So let's go through the 3 realistic steps you can start with today, and then how to turn those first small earnings into something that can actually grow bigger over time if that's your goals. So before we jump into the methods, I want to set the right expectations, because if you are broke and starting with free options, the goal isn't to become rich overnight. The goal is to get your first wins, build momentum, and create a little breathing room. So here's what you can realistically expect at the beginning. So you won't make a full-time income immediately, and that's completely normal, but it's important to be realistic. Secondly, free methods can make a real difference if you use the right ones. And every dollar earned now becomes a tool you can reinvest later if you choose to. Or you can just use it to give you some breathing room. And most importantly, you can start today even with no skills, no investment, and no experience. It will take some effort and some time no matter what route you take, but if you're willing to do that, there are opportunities. But be realistic, there is no magical way to become rich overnight without risk, without investment, or anything like that. If that's what you're looking for, you will just end up getting scammed, and there are plenty of scammers out there, so do not fall for claims like that. But with the right mindset in place, let's now get into some free methods that I recommend. These are free methods that I have personally used and tested, and the ones that can get you started even if you are at zero. One of the easiest and fastest ways to start earning a bit of extra money online is by taking paid service, because you can just sign up for free apps and websites, answer some service, start earning a little bit of extra money on the side right away. Of course, how much you can earn depends a lot on the country you live in. That depends on all these methods. I want to make that completely clear. There are options no matter where you live, but how fast it goes, how many opportunities, that will vary. Just want to make that clear, because I often hear complaints about, oh, that's not available for me, or I don't earn a lot like that. I cannot do anything about that. That's just the reality of paid surveys, for example, and other earning methods. But there are options no matter where you live. Some countries, it just takes more effort and time. But paid service is one of the absolutely easiest and fastest way to start earning a bit of extra money, because you can start earning right away. And if you join the right sites, you can just earn $1 to $5 and then take your earnings out as cash or gift cards. One example is, for example, Pawn's app. It's very user-friendly, available worldwide. You can also earn by playing games. Another one is Top Surveys. These are just examples, because the best option really depends on your country. And I have spent a lot of time and still spend a lot of time on updating these lists I have on my website for specific countries, where you can go and find the exact best paid survey sites and apps for your country. If your country is not on this list, it means that there are not that many paid service available. There still are some. Then you would need to go for the international ones, but it will take more time and effort. But if your country is here, then come click this one and you will see the list of the best paid surveys for you. Another free way to start earning some extra money is user testing. You can get paid to test apps and websites. It can be fun. It can pay quite well. It can sometimes be hard to qualify for them. So if you want to go this route, I recommend joining many different sites so you get access to more, and then you can qualify regularly and earn some nice extra money in a fun way. One place you can find it is usertesting.com. There's also Testing Time. These are just examples. I do have a list on my website of the best user testing sites. I'll also leave a link to that below so you can go and check that out. Another way to earn some extra money is gig economy jobs. Often these are small tasks you need to do in your local area, so not necessarily online, but this can be food delivery, you can become a handyman, you can be a mover, it can be a pet sitter. One example is TaskRabbit, where you can find all kind of different small tasks. Pet Bagger is another platform if you're interested in pet sitting. But these are just examples. There are many of these different gig jobs. I also have a list of the best gig job platforms on my website. I'll leave a link to that below. You can go here and find more about these different options if you want to get started with any of these. Last option I want to talk about is training AI or AI training tasks, because there are more and more platforms that offer this. This can, for example, be Hive Micro. Many platforms offer similar tasks there, where you can see you, for example, draw a box around an object, categorize scene in an image, transcribe audio to text, track an object. You can see these are the type of tasks that will be used. They need a human to train AI. It will not pay a lot, but it's easy to get started with. You can do it from all countries. There are many platforms like this. Also here, I do have a list on my website of the best AI training task platforms, so you can go there and learn more about that if you are interested in this type of free tasks. And these are all great free ways to start earning some extra money on the side here and now. But if you want to then eventually grow it into something bigger, let's talk about how you potentially can do that. But first, I just wanted to let you know that if you're not aware, the majority of you watching have actually not subscribed, and I would really appreciate if you could do that. It's a free, easy way to support my channel and my work here, and you can always change your mind later. So if you could just hit the subscribe button, and also I would really appreciate if you can also hit the like button on this video here, so it can help being spread more. It can support my channel so I can keep producing value-based videos like this. So thanks. Now, everything I've shown so far works perfectly fine on its own. If you just want a bit of extra money each month on the side, there is absolutely nothing wrong with just sticking to surveys, user testing, gig jobs, and AI tasks and similar side hustles. Many people do exactly that, and it can be a great way to cover small bills or add some breathing room. But if you are someone who thinks, I would like to turn this into something bigger, then there are opportunities, and I often get that question, so I wanted to go over that also for those who are interested in that. And when you are starting from zero, the most powerful thing you can do is to reinvest some of your early earnings into yourself. And this is also what I did. I started with these free methods when I started earning online, and then started reinvesting it into myself. So I know it is possible. It doesn't have to be a lot. Even if you have, for example, $20 to $50 extra per month that you can put aside from your side hustles there, that can make a difference when you use it intentionally. And here's a few examples of what people often reinvest in. That can be learning a skill. That can, for example, be editing, writing, design, or even AI tools, which is definitely very relevant to learn now. It is all skills that can increase your earning power. It can also be to invest in something that improve your workflow or your output. It can, for example, be a microphone. When I first started my channel, actually, if you go back and watch some of my first videos, I had a really bad microphone. So one of the first things I invested in was a better microphone and a better webcam, for example. It can also be a screen recorder. It can be a software that helps you create better content, all depending on what you're trying to do. Another thing can be to start investing in something that can grow into something long-term. It can be learning affiliate marketing. It can be into starting a YouTube channel or simple content creation on platforms that don't cost anything to join, but maybe where you need to invest a little bit into learning how to actually grow on those platforms. So the idea is simple. You use free methods to get started, you reinvest a small portion of what you earn, and then you try to then build something bigger over time. It doesn't happen overnight. This is very important to be aware of, but this is exactly how it is possible to go from I'm broke to having a real stable income online. So you get your first wins, you build confidence, and then slowly you can potentially grow it into higher paying opportunities. And again, this part is optional. If you're happy with small side earnings, that's completely fine. If you want more, then what I explained above can be a path to do that. But which exact path and options you should choose depends on your personal preferences. But I have done this myself, and I personally think one of the current best ways to do this is to learn content creation on YouTube in combination with affiliate marketing, because it has huge potential and you can even do it without showing your face, and it can be done very cheaply. And you don't have to be an expert. You can get started without any experience or without any particular background. If you want to see my top recommended way to learn to do this step by step, then I will leave a link below so you can go and check out more information about that on my website. As mentioned, I will also leave links below to the free options I mentioned here, so you can go and find the exact best platforms for you and get started quickly. And if you have any questions, or if you try this and want to share your experiences, I would love to hear from you in a comment below, and I will make sure to reply to every comment there. And I always love to hear from my viewers, so whether you want to ask questions, share your own experiences, your own opinions, even if they are not the same as me, please feel free to share that below. And finally, if you have not yet subscribed, please make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time I release a video with tips and tricks about different ways to make money online.